Hi, it's time for Street Talk, your voice and your views on the issues in the news. It's great to be back with you. The Food and Drug Administration has announced that a 1983 ban on gay men donating blood will continue. The ruling was originally instated when the spread of AIDS was high among white gay males in the early 1980s. However, many leading blood donor centers have requested that the ban be lifted, as medical science can now detect HIV at a much earlier stage. Some organizations have even stated that the FDA ban is medically and scientifically unwarranted. The FDA has refuted criticism that this policy is discriminatory against the gay community and says it only wants to ensure the safety of its blood supply. Well, let's hear your thoughts. Tariq in Qatar believes the decision is appropriate considering what he believes to be the health risks involved. I agree with the FDA on this approach, being a proactive exclusion. We all know that HIV is considered critically very risky to the human life. Having HIV is like a one-way street with no official cure yet. Jennifer in Kansas in the US takes what she sees as a practical and pragmatic approach. If blood is supposed to help save a life, it shouldn't transmit a life-threatening illness. And the facts are it is cheaper to deny gay men the right to give blood than to screen every pint donated. Well, Deborah, also from Kansas, believes there's a double standard and writes, sex workers can also contract HIV and hepatitis, and they're not banned. How does the FDA know whether men have had sex with other men anyways? Life is a gamble. Safety isn't guaranteed. On to some other medical news. A 60-year-old woman from New Jersey has given birth to two healthy twin boys, possibly making her the oldest woman to give birth to twins in the United States. Frida Birnbaum underwent in vitro fertilization at a clinic in South Africa that specializes in older women. The psychologist, who is already a mother of three, says she wanted her younger son, a 6-year-old, to have someone to play with. Her other children are 33 and 29 years old. Birnbaum hopes that this birth removes some of the stigma attached to older women having babies. The twins, who each weigh 4 pounds 11 ounces, are healthy and doing well. Amani in Paris believes there are alternatives to consider before making such a decision. Why not adopt one of the many needy children around the world? It's just ridiculous and selfish to pay so much money to have a child beyond nature's timetable. Maureen in England believes the decision was a very irresponsible one. What will these children feel about being teenagers with a mother in her 70s? Who will care for them should she become ill or die? She has made a selfish decision she will regret. And Craig in the US state of Florida doesn't understand what the big hoopla is about. As long as she is physically and financially capable of taking care of her children, I don't see a problem. It's a free country, after all. Parents expect their children to climb mountains, metaphorically speaking, when it comes to accomplishments. But one teenager took that literally and scaled the highest mountain on Earth. As she's only 18 years old, it makes her the youngest woman to reach the peak of Mount Everest. Not only that, Samantha Larson has quite a collection of been there, done that stories when it comes to mountains. Climbing Everest made her the youngest person ever to climb all of the 7 summits, the mountain peaks known as the highest in the world, scattered across 7 continents. In 2007, only 179 people successfully made the difficult trek up the 29,035-foot high Mount Everest. 5 others died trying. Samantha was just 12 years old when she made her first conquest, Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa. Now, the tragic story of a climber who made a name for himself with his remarkable ability, but then lost his life when his rope cut as he performed a controlled freefall jump from the Leaping Tower rock formation in Yosemite National Park in 1998. Dan Osman specialized in free soloing, a climbing style that doesn't use ropes or safety gear. Quite remarkable, and ironically he was let down by a rope when he had to use one. Well, that's it until next time. Do keep sending in your questions and comments and point us to anything interesting or amusing for Street Talk. Remember, what you see here isn't necessarily the view of Al Jazeera, and some of the content's been edited, but for time and space reasons only. And that's the talk on the street.